Hi, welcome to Maptive. In this tutorial, we're going to talk about your data. We're going to talk about best practices in setting up your data, as well as give you some ideas and hopefully some inspiration in some of the things that you can do. This data set specifically is very generic. This can work for almost anybody. What we're going to do is we're going to have our column headers. We want to make sure column headers start on column A, row 1, and they continue. Your column headers should make sense for your data. You don't have to use the ones you're seeing here. You'll see that mine change for each spreadsheet I show you. For addresses, you do want to break out those addresses similar to what I'm doing here. If you're only using partial address like city and state, just do it this way. You can do zip codes with state. You can do city, state, and zip code. You don't need full addresses, but the more information that you include for address, the more accurate your marker location drop will be. So full address puts it right on the rooftop. This is going to put it in the center of this particular zip code. Beyond the addresses, you can include any additional information that would be useful for you. So I have things like name and phone number. Everything that you put in this line of data will appear in the marker pop out. And so you can include any number of information. And as you can see, I've got websites and emails and categories and a salesperson who's assigned to it and sales even. And you can just basically just anything that is you can imagine put in here, because the more you have, the more capability you give yourself to manipulate this data. We've got multiple categories at this column called attributes. They are separated by semicolon, and when we separate them by semicolon, we can use the attribute filter that will break it up at each semicolon. If you happen to have latitude and longitude, this is the format that you need to put them in, but you do not need it to load your data. And then I've got a customer count column as well, so you can include any additional information. Now, if you are just trying to create a territory map and you want to do this by zip codes, you might have a data set that looks more like this. Again, I've got my lat long, but you don't need those. So I've got my zip code column, I have a city column, I have a state column. You can do this with just state. I wouldn't do it with just city, but zip code with state would place those markers correctly as well. I also happen to have the state name. I kind of added a little bit of information in here. I have a salesperson column because this is a territory map data set. I have total sales for each of those zip codes, and I have number of customers for each of those zip codes. And again, any columns that you need, and those column headers should make sense for you and your data. Now, if you're a nonprofit, you do have that capability of looking up where your donations are coming from. And again, we're looking at very similar ideas, but with slightly different information. So now I've got donations and donor type, emails again, date of last donation, their interests, anything that you need, anything that you have that would be useful, just include it. And we're just going to do one more on this one. And if we're talking real estate, things like acquisition, year built, square footage, property type, occupancy status, occupancy rate, weeks on market, property status, just really absolutely anything that would be useful for you. If you have any questions, you can always reach out to us. We're happy to help you even figure out your data. Thanks for watching. Bye.